Hello, everybody, and welcome to Odd Builds. Last episode, we built up these clay silos, and inside of them is our clay farm. And they've been working really well. I've been gathering clay off camera, and I've never had this much clay in my possession. So that's pretty cool that it's all working. We still need to finish the top layer, but I will probably finish that up later in this episode. To get started on today's episode, I need to take my attention all the way over to our ravine base. Ow! I didn't mean to get hurt. My son just distracted me. And we're gonna go all the way down, whee, to the skeleton farm. So I have been using this quite a bit to heal up my tools and to get levels, and it's organized, but it's getting full like crazy. And I have these chests ready to go, but they're also getting overfilled. So I think we're going to spruce up this area to make it look better and get a little copper golem in here to help us sort it out. So let's go ahead and let's get that done. Just a little bit of work, and this place looks awesome. This guy's working hard, even though he's getting a little distracted and putting them in these chests, which I really need to get rid of them, but I'm not going to do that right now. But we have some extra storage in here that he can sort into, like right there. And we got some mood lighting with our frog lights up top. I just realized that this one's a little off, but I don't know, it kind of works since this is such a bigger area, so I think I'll keep that. But overall, I think this area was a much needed facelift, and it got it, and it's working, and I am really happy. Now that the copper golem is working hard for us, we need to take a trip to the cherry biome. Would you believe it if I told you I got lost? If you're watching on stream, you probably remember me coming to this cherry grove biome and I got lost for a few minutes. But speaking of stream, if you're interested in watching me stream, you guys can check me out every Tuesday, Thursday, either here on YouTube or over on Twitch, 8 p.m. CST, OddManMC. See you there. So one thing I love about this cherry biome, and the reason I want to build in it, is because it's very tiny, but it's also on top of this gigantic hill. Like, look at that. This looks awesome, and I think having a build dedicated to the top of this hill is going to be great. Also, it's right next to a pillager outpost. I hope to turn that into a raid farm at some point so I can farm totems of undying and also emeralds, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. The main thing that I want to do right now is we're going to clear out some space so we can make room for our sulfur, spikes, and dripstone farm. I've been really wanting to build a Japanese pagoda, and I think this biome here is going to be perfect for it. I have something started in my creative world. I need to go check it out and get it finalized, but I think it's going to fit really well in here and having our farm ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and clear out some trees, and I'll see you guys really quickly over in the creative world, and I'll show you what I've been working on. And here we are over in the creative world looking at this handsome devil right here. And behind him is the pagoda that we're going to be building today. So inside there is not a whole lot going on. I want to build a lot of interior stuff for this, but I don't know exactly what I want to do. And I also have a bubble elevator going up to the top, but there's nothing going on up there. So I might even leave this part out for now. And it's just going to be a really tall tower that we can see all the way to the top from for now. But if we go down these stairs here, that takes us to the Piste de Resistance, which is the Sulfur farm. So while I was building this up and changing things and adding details, it's been running, and yeah, it's kind of slow. But I'm hoping that I can AFK it. It will work over time. Plus, I can have 3 different areas build up, because you can see that they're growing. It just takes a while for them to grow. But overall, I think this farm will work out pretty well if I can AFK it, maybe throw a chunk loader over here and it'll just keep running and stuff like that. But I wanted to point out the pagoda that is actually right next door. So you can see between the two, there are some similarities. So this one over here is from planetminecraft.com from a builder known as Heavenly Roads. They uploaded this about a year ago, and I downloaded it and uploaded it here to this world so I could kind of analyze it, see what they did, and what I could kind of take away from it. The main thing that I took away was the roof styles, because I am just not great at Asian style roofs. I'm trying to get better, but I find that analyzing other builds that do really well, that helps me out so much. I also loved the little ornate kind of circular patterns that they have on theirs, so I did take those and change them up a little bit. So you can see they definitely have some similarities. Theirs definitely have a lot more details, a lot more to it that I just didn't really care to get into, but it's a beautiful build, and if I could have all the time in the world to add the details, I would, but I really like the simplicity of mine, and for its purpose of housing the sulfur farm, I'm over the moon with it. I think it's going to turn out great. But now that I have some room cleared out, and I went ahead and started flattening this area out just so I have a decent surface to start building, I think it's time that we gather up the materials so we can build this, because I know I'm going to need a lot of tuff and a lot of spruce. I know I build with spruce quite a bit, but guys, it's the best wood. You know it, right? Let me know in the comments down below what's your favorite type of wood, and do I use too much spruce? It's okay, you can tell me. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the materials for this so we can get this farm going. You know, I'm starting to have a love-hate relationship with trial chambers. After dying, I think the only thing I lost was my shovel, which is fine, I can make another one. But I did get to use a bunch of these trial keys and an ominous trial key to get some cool stuff. So I might have to go deeper into this as I tear out all this copper. But for now, I think I'm just going to relax, listen to a podcast, and get a bunch of copper for the pagoda. Alright, I think I have enough materials to get started. So let's head on. Whoa, that's weird. So let's head on back to the cherry grove biome and get this pagoda built. Finally, it's done. Well, almost. There's still some finer details we need to add, like these chains hanging with some lanterns, some custom banners, and there's a few spots that need some tough slabs up there, the polished tough slabs. But overall, it's looking great. The inside still leaves a lot to be desired, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about the interior just yet. The main part is the sulfur farm down below. Now, I based this farm off of my own design, which is this grows down to the observer, it breaks off, and it falls into the hopper, collecting everything into here. But I had a viewer reach out on my sulfur farm video, and we noticed it doesn't reach the observer. So one thing I have to do is I have to lower all of this down by 1. So we're pretty much just going to take out this center block all the way around and then encase it in glass, and then it should work just fine. Because for some reason, this does not want to go past the observer, and that's that's kind of a key feature for it. I also need to finish the observers and get hoppers into here. So I need to get materials set up for all the extra details up there and get this farm finished. And I might as well go ahead and do the floor, get some lighting down here so it's not just torches everywhere, and then it should be good. But let me tell you, flying back and forth between this and the base is killer on my rocket supply. So I think we need to AFK the gunpowder and sugarcane farms as well to get us some more rockets. And now I can sleep. Sleep! There we go. After all that work, the pagoda is done. Oh, I'm so happy with how this looks. It turned out great. Again, the inside is going to be a little underwhelming because I don't have anything inside of it yet. I do want to add stuff later. But the main part of the farm is up and running, and I did have to adjust it. We had to lower the sulfur spikes down by a block to make it actually get to the observer, but it's working just fine. It's slow, but we have enough of it to get started that I think we'll be fine. Yeah, we're already getting a big chunk over here. So I think I can AFK this at some point or have an ender pearl over here to create a chunk loader, and we should be good to go. I do have some ideas over here that I am working on in a creative test world of this spot, but I'm not set in stone. I was working on stuff the previous night, and I just wasn't happy with anything I was coming up with. But I'm kind of thinking like a kind of opening here that water's flowing out, and we fill this all in here to be a cool river. We'll tear out some of the cherry blossom trees. Maybe I'll make some custom ones. I'm not sure yet. But then we can tear out a giant chunk of this land and have it go all the way over here to the edge and maybe come down into this spot and make a little waterfall. I think it'd be a great opportunity to use like Molten Sulfur to make some cool little particle effects down there. I've never done that before. What? Oh, this shader pack is very weird for vibrations. I look like I'm vibrating like the Flash. But the motion blur is cool. I do like this. I also think that we could add a Torii gate up here and some other things, but I'm going to keep playing around with those ideas and see if they're actually something I want to do. I don't know quite yet what I want to do with this area, but I have ideas. I've also been considering moving to a different storage area. This area has served me really well over the last 30 episodes, but I have been designing one that houses all the blocks that I could possibly want to build with, or at least most of them. But I think over these last 30 episodes, we have definitely outgrown this, and Yeah, we need to get something different going. But that's gonna be for a later episode. If you're interested at all in seeing my forever world for yourself, you guys can grab the world download over on my Patreon. Over there, you can also find the schematics for almost every build in this world. There are a few that I have yet to make schematics of, but I do plan on doing that eventually. But if you like this video, consider hitting that like button and hitting subscribe if you want to see more. And if you haven't seen any of my other episodes, you can check out the previous one up here in the top right corner. But that's enough out of me, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!